friends, welcome back to another pick a card. Thank you for being here. My name is Felicia. If you do not know me, I'm a human and civil rights advocate, and I run a nonprofit in women's health called DIVAS Can Manifest org. And I am not politically correct, so just bear with me as I learn a new skill, okay? So let's get into today's pick a card. It is a gossip update, and what is your current gossip on you? We've covered this topic on the channel before, but this could also be like sensationalized news about you. So let's hop into it. I'm drinking a drink tonight. Do you guys want to drink this drink too? This is, I've actually never tried this before. How do you even say this? With a passion for speaking, with a passion for sparkling wine and a commitment to excellence, we continue our legacy of crafting traditional method, blah blah blah. Okay, but yeah, this is what I'm drinking on. So let's pop this bottle open. This is my birthday bottle, so I have one more bottle left after this one, and we turned up. So if you did not see everything that went down for 111 portal, also my birthday, then check XO Felicia the Trees for the behind the scenes. Okay, this is a sparkling wine, so it should not be popping. But also more videos coming up after today as well, okay, on XO Felicia the Trees. Okay, I think this is gonna, it might pop a little bit, like a little bubbles. Okay, hold on. Scratch. Grab your drink and meet me in your selection. Group 1, you're the strawberry. Group 2, you are the heart. And group 3, you are the watermelon. Oh, this is good. I never tried cuvee before. How do you pronounce that? Okay. Anyways, let's get into it, you guys. And I'll see you in your selection. Bye. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your selection. So you are the strawberry, okay? And then your significator is the warrior. So what is the current gossip on you, group 1? We're gonna pull more archetypes, but you know, this is crazy because some of you guys, people see that you are, I don't know, some gossip around you is definitely that, like, they're seeing you consistently do something. I don't know what this is. They're seeing you consistently do something, and this is making them defensive, okay? I don't know who this is, but I think that people, when they see you staying disciplined around something, it triggers them because it means that they are getting left behind, or it's that they are not working, like something where they're not working, or they're not, like, they're not fulfilling their duty. This could be happening at work. These could be men, okay? Men who just like see that you, like, they stop working in a relationship with you or something like that. Like, I don't know if this has ever happened to y'all, but this is like the quickest way to emasculate a man. A man that cannot continue working is a emasculated man, okay? Something like that. But there's something, this feels like men that are gossiping. They just see you working, you're disciplined around something, and it's just like reflecting back to them, like, where they are not in power, and so like that's really emasculating. Brand. So they see that's something that you're doing with a skill as well. It's a technique that you're using, and it requires you to maybe perform a skill in a disciplined way, perhaps. I don't know what this could be about, but let's get more, friend. What's the current gossip on you? This is interesting because it's something that you are very, very dedicated on conquering, and it feels like there's a challenge here that has been, like, I don't know, it feels like a challenge that has been feeling impossible, but it feels like you were left to, like, you do have to stay disciplined around some things. I think, like, if you don't, like, I think that this is where you can adjust your expectations. I think that if these men, I think that you just feel like they're a loser, I think. And so the relationships lose value. But I think that that could be, like, you know, they you might be expecting something, and that's like, maybe if you release an expectation, then you would change your perspective about something. And I think that you might just have a bit different value and lifestyle than some of these people who are gossiping about you, because a lot of them, they've been very, I don't know who these people are, they've been indifferent about something. And if they have been asking for romance or something like that, and they've been indifferent to all this work that you've been having to do, then I think that you're just totally not, attracted to them like that. They definitely see that you've gotten victory, but I think that helped you realize that these people are, like, I don't know, they were indifferent to you. And I don't think that meant that they wanted something bad to happen to you, but I think that meant that you might think that they were like, they have like an ill will or something like that. These are men that could be having an ill will, okay? And it's because they are very egoic. I'm hearing prideful, and it's because you might be, they could definitely be fluid within their sexuality, but they really are emasculated. These are maybe men with paternal attachment issues, and so they didn't have good father figures in their lives, or they didn't have fathers that that showed them how to be disciplined around things, or they didn't have fathers that had self-control. They had maybe fathers that were violent, or fathers that gambled, fathers with addictions to drugs or alcohol, fathers with health issues, fathers who were not successful themselves. Maybe they even come from some type of sexual trauma in their family as well. So a lot of these men, these could be men that you could have had like I don't know, it feels like they could have been like a hero or something like that, and then they just were like the anti-hero. Okay, you know how Taylor Swift says like you're the anti-hero, like you're actually the opposite of like something like that. You're like actually the opposite of what I want. Like, and some of them think it's because they taste the rainbow, and some of you guys, I don't know. I don't know. You can have some contradicting beliefs. I don't know, like how you feel about your sexuality, but I know me personally, I do not like feminine men, okay? But like, I think that you are, I think something where you told them to taste the rainbow, friend, or you told them that they were gay, and they felt emasculated or something like that, friend. They felt embarrassed or emasculated, or they didn't feel good enough, or they felt like you didn't think that they were attractive enough or something like that. Okay, what's the current gossip on you? Okay, we have the visionary. Yeah, I'm hearing that you're the big idea. Your twins big like Tia, Tamara, original crown chakra playlist energy. Okay, we have the angel, and then we have the Don Juan and the shadow aspects. Okay, so I think that the current gossip on you is very beautiful, actually. Like, I think that ultimately you have, people see that you are a visionary and that you are doing this without expecting anything in return. So I think that these are people, these could be men that, they were attracted to you for your romantic persuasion. your persuasion, you got so much persuasion, it's that marijuana. Okay, friend. The marijuana is so persuading. Friend, it's something where they may have been attracted to you romantically, and then they saw that you had a vision to help them with something. And this, like, I think that when you saw them, like, you saw them as you saw them as a project. I think that you saw them as a project, or you saw them as someone who wasn't intellectually stimulating enough, or someone who wasn't masculine enough or something like that to stand up and finish a job or something like that. And this person just failed. It's like something where the current gossip could be around the fact that there's someone who just like really fell short and like meeting some kind of standard or fulfilling their obligations on a group project or something like that. I also feel like, the current gossip on you is that there's someone, people are starting to realize you as a beautiful rainbow. For one, they see that you are very lively and vivacious, but I think that people are starting to realize you as a visionary about something. People see that you were the one that had proclaimed this vision to begin with. Something where this turned into a big trend. You may have set an industry trend. You became hot shit popping, big shit, little shit stopping. Okay, and I'm hearing that there's a lot of little shit stopping in this situation because of something that you've done to help people without any expectation of anything in return. People are saying that you did something for free, or you did something to help someone without any expectation of return, and it showed these people that you didn't need anything from them. Like these men, I think that a lot of these men that are gossiping as well, they could be feeling emasculated is because you might not be doing anything to make them feel emasculated, but I think that you are the one that ends up being the one that's able to help them. And I think that they also realize that you don't need any help with anything, or you don't need anything. And so if these were romantic partners, you just went into the relationship dating them a whole lot different. So you don't act desperate, you don't act needy. A lot of you are not clingy. You are very detached, the black cat energy, and you really have a lot of seductive qualities about you as well. So people might be drawn to you for your seduction or your beauty, but when they realize that you're the teacher, or that you're the one that's that helps so much, it can make them feel uncomfortable. Some people are not able to receive this help, okay? But I think that people really do see you as this vision that you've had to help people, and that you've been very disciplined at fulfilling this vision as well. I'm also getting that this could be a disillusionment of, or that dismantles someone who claimed to have your vision, someone who copyrighted you. This could be someone that you're suing in court, or someone that you're negotiating for your credit, for your work and intellectual property, or some type of big trend that you set. I'm hearing something where you actually became a huge, you could have become a huge image in the consumeristic society, and this was all driven by your vision to help those in need without any expectation of return, and doing it without, you're not doing it for a personal gain. This was beautiful, and I feel like this has actually attracted so many beautiful people to you. People are gossiping and saying that other people could be, they were in this for sex, money, and power, and this is the disillusionment, is that like it wasn't that they had this vision, it wasn't that they had this vision for helping people. It was that they wanted to steal sex, money, and power from you, and that you actually were very skillful, tough, and disciplined at handling some type of situation, that showed everybody that these people, somebody here had a private agenda, okay? And they were trying to make you out to be the person that had the private agenda, but this was really like, some of them were trying to make you out to be the person that had the private agenda. I'm also getting that like, a lot of this gossip is that your problem got fixed. Something where, your problem got fixed and you got a return on your investment. And now they see that you're the one that's getting all the sex, money, and power, because you never expected those things or never chased those things, that you were the one that actually got free. I'm also getting that for some of you guys, like these are, I think that these men actually, you fixed their problem of emasculation or something like that, because they wanted you to come into this relationship or something like that, chasing sex, money, and power, and you don't need anything, and they're just sitting there watching you disciplined around something. But I think that what they're not seeing, there could be a lot of things going on behind the scenes with you, or they really just never showed up in a way that was meaningful to you. I think that you may have just seen them as people that you needed to help, and that made them feel emasculated, and that may have formed a paternal attachment issue as well. Some of them, you realize that they didn't have enough education to follow along with you, and you have this big vision, and so you can just release your expectations that they could fulfill their obligation. They can't fulfill their obligation because they don't have enough education, okay, or something like that. Someone can't, they don't have enough education. I'm also getting that some of them, they went back to after they went back to their ex. Their ex was the one that was chasing sex, money, and power, and that just made you get the ick, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something where you didn't want to touch them no more, or people are saying that you're getting the ick, or they're saying that this person did something harmful to you, and you saw that, especially if some of them went back to their ex, you saw it as them, you know, trying to get the victory over you, right? Some of these people were trying to get a victory over you. They wanted you to take a sacrifice, and they see that you did not take any sacrifice, that you still won. And it's because you always have had a benevolent intention in the situation. And these people, they never win when they try to come at you, friend. Like, group one, like, they never, like, people who try to go to war with you, it's always inevitable that this shit happens, like, because you are never, you know, they're in it for these shadow attachments, and so it's always imbalanced, and so they never manifest anything. And so, like, that's what people don't know about manifestation, is that, like, you never get your intended result when you are having, like, a shadow attachment imbalance. And there's, like, people, I'm hearing this ex, they were a shadow attachment imbalance or something like that, and something happened where you got the victory anyway because of your big vision, and their ex was just someone who wanted sex, money, and power over you, especially if the ex knew you or something like that. I'm also getting that they're saying that this man is emasculated, or that they were not healthy enough to be with you, or they were not smart enough to be with you, so they just went to the ex or something like that. Or some of them got so triggered by your body type, and if you have that goddess form and stuff like that, that is really triggering to, you know, men with, like, sexuality issues, okay? Because they never really feel good enough to have a chick like you or to have a person like you. But they also, like, some of them, they didn't know that you were fluid too or something like that, and that you were just, like, accepting of all that there is on this angelic ass frequency. And some of them, they never came around you with the right motivation in the first place. Like, some of them, they always, especially some of these romantic partners, if you're a siren, they definitely were attracted to you for superficial reasons, and then they saw that you were not someone that was approaching a relationship in that type of way, and so, you know, they were likely to fall victim to a shadow attachment with their ex, because you're not the type of person that gets desperate. You're not the type of person that gets needy. You're not the type of person that clings on. You're not the type of person that puts up a fuss and fight. Like, if you want to go back to your ex, I will drop out of the ring so fast, friend. I'll backflip to another planet. Like, no, that's like, that scream is like, this person was really in a scarcity trauma. Okay, what's the current gossip on you? Okay, and this network of people, you guys may, oh, what the fuck did I just say, G? This is a scarcity trauma with this ex. This ex just doesn't have enough. They're like, they're not pretty enough, not talented enough, not smart enough, not, you know, don't have a nice enough body. They don't get enough sex, money, and power. And so they will choose, like, someone where they have a karmic challenge of choosing someone who has a scarcity trauma, because you're just like the type, you're not scarce like them, and you're not going to behave like them. And they just, like, you know, they want you to, like, fight and go to war and battle and box and hop into the ring. And we're like, whoa, like, no, I'll go reproduce with somebody who can make a decision, who can make the right decision. You hear what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, like, group one is not gonna fight. Like, I'm hearing that you guys might share a network with somebody, and this was a network that you wanted to actualize into your true self, but this network was scarce. Like, there was not enough pretty people there. There was not enough visionaries there. Some of them, they wanted you to share something with their ex or something like that. They wanted you to share with their ex, so, because their ex wasn't getting sex, money, and power, and they just saw you as so abundant, and you being able to help so much, they just be like, oh, okay, well, oh, can you take care of my ex too? Like, what? No. What? This is not no orgy. Ain't into all that. That sound like a biological hazard. That look like HIV positive. That look gross. It's like something where people were starting to compete for sex, money, and power in this network, because they saw you getting it, and so they just started targeting your resources or something like that. Like, it's like, ew, like, no, get back. Something where these people were literally just not a visionary and coming around for sex, money, and power. Like, it's so gross and disgusting. I'm hearing that this could even involve, like, this could even be like an organization of people where, you know, you outskilled them, you outperformed them, you were stronger than them. Your vision, I'm hearing your legacy, your vision and legacy was the only thing that like, I'm hearing that you were the only one that survived, or you're the only one getting the money is what I'm hearing, okay? And they're just left without anything. It's like something where, you know, these people seeing you conquer and get a victory of the funding, okay? You got the victory of the power, and you're getting the sex too. It's like the people who wanted it so much, that's the gossip, friend, is that the people who wanted it so much out of this scarcity, desperation. I'm hearing that even these white girls too, they're desperate too. Like, some, like, don't think that just be like they're not getting it. Like, these are people in this network who wasn't getting sex. They're not getting sex, they're not getting money, they're not getting power. And so it, you know, the thing is, they're just a zombie in the apocalypse, and they don't have a vision for anything, and they don't have anything. Like, it's just that they just don't have anything. And so the karmic challenge with some of these men or something like that is that they keep going back to people who don't have anything and just sitting there or something like, just trying to see if they can give, like, because they keep calling for power or something like that. They keep calling on the ex, keeps calling for power, or keeps trying to, like, it's like their friend. I'm hearing that this ex is like now a friend or something like that, or, you know, other friends in the relationship that may support the ex or something like that. It's like something where this network was like, that ex was desperate or something like that, and all these other people, they're just, I don't know, something was given desperate. A social group where the network was just not capable, friend. I'm hearing they were not capable. I'm hearing they were truly not capable. And so, you know, people are really, I feel like this is something that they need to strategize with the ex. I'm also getting that this network, I just think that after all of this, you're just not interested in them anymore. And they really, you know, that really hurt their self-esteem more is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that there's a reversal if this is a romantic partner. But for others, you know, this network of people are saying that you were an angel, and that somebody, this ex or that somebody else, is coming around with a private agenda because they don't have enough or something like that. And they see that they were doing something desperate, but you got the victory anyway. You were the one that got the power and the money, and somebody squashed the beef for you is what I'm hearing. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, no, somebody who was competing for power. Yeah, they missed the opportunity trying to give someone else power. I'm hearing someone that was projecting you. I'm hearing that this projection led to a missed opportunity, and I think that you lost. You don't really like them. I'm hearing they lost you. I'm hearing they really lost you. I'm hearing they tried to give an opportunity of power to someone else. They tried to replace you with their ex or something like that. Because they were projecting too. Yeah, these men or something like that, they were projecting too, and they lost. Okay, they lost real bad. Yeah, it's like something that you were doing something. It was clear that you had the big vision, or it was clear that you were the angel, that you didn't do anything wrong to this person, and they kept trying. Some of them kept trying to make you out to be someone who had the private agenda, but you literally did not have a private agenda. You just haven't been. You, like, I don't know, something where they might perceive your privacy or your boundaries as a private agenda. But I think that some of these people in this network, they started projecting you because they just became so desperate for opportunities. And somebody was like, I'm hearing that this was a man or something. They were dumb. Something that they did was like they projected also or something like that, and they went and like tried to give an opportunity to or tried to give your power to somebody else is what I'm hearing, and that failed miserably is what I'm hearing. Okay, failed really bad. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and that just showed you that this person was not smart enough is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something where I don't know if it was that they weren't, I don't know, it's like it showed you that they weren't focused on the right things, and they were overwhelmed by someone else's scarcity trauma, or you know, this network that was not getting sex, money, and power. They just see you getting so many options and so many. It was really because some of you guys are in touch with angelic guidance, and people are really drawn to you. You are angel. And so when people come across you, it is truly a blessing, friend. Okay, not to come around somebody who's chasing sex, money, and power is a blessing in this day and age, because it's an apocalypse outside with people in a scarcity trauma that will do anything for sex, money, and power. And it's truly because they're really lacking, friend. You know, I think the gossip around you is that you still get what you want. Okay, you still get your wish fulfillment. Your vision still comes to life, but there were so many people that were projecting your image to try to get. I'm hearing clearly, you know, you're the best, friend. Okay, I'm hearing something where all this people competing and projecting your image just made you the best. I think that you still get your wish fulfillment, and your vision comes to life. Your vision is fulfilled, friend. But I feel like, there's so much, this missed opportunity just made you feel like they weren't dedicated, and that made you feel weird in a way. Okay, it made you feel weird. So, especially some of them that were, some of them were attracted to you for money because they saw your big vision, but they started projecting onto you because, when they got, it was like something where it got to a point, friend, with some of these people who you may have been trying to actualize in an organization. These people they were not capable. They were not skilled enough. Their career did not take off. These people you were trying to partner with, I don't know who this is. These could even be men who were just not capable. Some of y'all, they were not capable. They had no way of doing anything. Like, these people were dumb or something like that with the Page of Pentacles. And it's like, y'all want money so bad, but you dumb as a box of rocks, you fucking idiot. Like, it's like something where these people want money so bad, but they don't have no way of making no sustainable money, friend. So where is the sustainable abundance? It's not where you are. Okay, this X or something like that. It was clear that you were the vision and the plan that worked, and this person missed an opportunity to try to go explore an opportunity, like to go. It's like something where they went to go focus on something that clearly was not a workable plan, and I think that it was them trying to. This is like literally projecting. They literally did anything to escape their responsibility in this situation, and they see that you showed them a lot of skill, you were strong and disciplined, and you got victory anyway. It's like they kept trying to go explore other options, and these people were literally just like begging for sex, money, and power, like and it was literally like something where they kept projecting onto you because you were the one with the big vision, and they were trying to make it seem like you were the one that was chasing sex, money, and power because you kept proclaiming this big vision, and you're just like this angel that didn't expect anything in return. And when you made the vision real, it showed them that you didn't expect anything in return. And this is also wish fulfillment, friends, but I think that this just showed you that they weren't they weren't focused on the right thing, that they were projecting. So a lot of them were, getting defensive, especially men who were emasculated were getting defensive because, you started making money. Okay, some of them didn't want you to have work. They didn't want you to work. They wanted to control your finances. They wanted to control your career and vision. And they see that you made your vision come alive without them. You didn't need them. Okay. I'm also getting that some of them, they were in a scarcity trauma with their ex, okay? A family violence, a scarcity trauma. They were just not in good shape, okay? They were mentally ill, and you just had to help them. I'm hearing something where you just came in and started helping them and their ex or something like that. And that's gossip too, friends. Something where if it was a third party situation, they say you were just trying to help the ex or something like that. You didn't even want them for sex, friend. It's like, especially if they went and start trying to have you share sex or something like that. Nah, you can't touch me, bro. You can't touch me. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. You can't. That's gross. That's gross, friend. What is that? No, that's scarcity. I'm anti. Okay. And some of them, they just were not smart enough to follow along the vision, and so instead of continuing their education and learning, they just started projecting onto you and conflicting. Okay. It's like, oh, I'm not smart enough. I'm just gonna get mad at you. Okay. I think that you're okay. You're compassionate because you just know they're not as good as you, is what I'm hearing. It's like some of these people, this network, they were just truly not skilled enough. They were not good enough, friend. I think you find emotional satisfaction in everything, and you're good. I think that you're very good because some of you guys got another offer for somewhere else. It's like something where you got more money, sex, and power than them anyway. It's like you left them in a ruin in this network, in a ruin with their ex. Because as soon as as soon as they missed the opportunity and it's like something where they chose their ex or something like that. They missed the opportunity. It showed that they were not focused and dedicated with you. And they started trying to like empower their ex because their ex was desperately calling them for sex, money, and power or something like that. And it was their private agenda. It was not actually a plan that worked. And it showed you that this person was also not a visionary. So they just will stick with something that's not, that, you know, that clearly cannot continue. Like something where this person is an idiot. Like something where, I don't know. I think that they did something because they were pitiful, you know, with someone who was in a scarcity trauma. Okay, someone who was begging for sex, money, and power, and you're just like, no. I think that something, yeah, that was weird that happened. It's like something where they tried to, it's like something you saw it as like, you might have saw it as like something where they tried to stop your vision. Like you might see it, you might have taken it personally. If they went back, it's like some of them were struggling for power. And that's why they went, you know, that's why they kept projecting with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like they don't want to admit to themselves that they were emasculated, struggling for power, that they weren't skilled enough, that they couldn't follow your big vision, that they couldn't perform. They, you know, even these other people in the network, okay? This X too, they're really just not enough, friend. They don't have what it takes to be a part of your network, is what I'm hearing. They're not good enough to be here. I hate to say that, and I know people are like, oh, that's bougie and stuck up. No, but you're just literally not good enough. Like you have this big vision and you're angelic, and so this is not about anything other than the fact that you're a high vibrational being, and you have a lot of power. And so these people, something happened in divine timing where they missed this opportunity, and you were granted the most power, the most money, and you became like their boss and told them what to do anyway, and shrank their role for this ex who was competing for power. Like, you really don't matter. You're really fired. You're really replaced. You're really replaced by the AI tool, the AI music tool. That's what we'll know, the AI music tool. We can generate that sound real quick. No problema in a zip. give me 4 studio albums in a zip to replace. LOL, friends. That's the current gossip on you. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the red heart, and your significator is, let's get into it, friends. What's the current gossip on you? This is interesting. Someone's name, oh my god, someone's name starts with the letter E or S. But I'm getting E a lot, okay? LOL. Someone said that you were the best friend. So, but I think that by the time this is happening, I think that you have reached a peak performance in something, or optimal level of achievement around something. But I think that by the time you have reached this point, you are totally ice cold. Something where people have seen that you're totally cold, resentful. I don't know if it's even resentful, but like they can see that you are ice cold and reaching this optimal performance. People see that they feel like you traded your ethical principles to get a victory. They see that it took a lot of sacrifices to become number one. Okay, friend? That's all I'm going to say. They're saying that it took a lot of sacrifices to become number one. And there are only a few people, i.e. the 1%, friend, that understand this kind of sacrifice. I don't know, friend. I don't know. JK. But I think that there are really few people that understand this sacrifices that you've taken to get free. And so they might not agree with some of the decisions that you made. Maybe some of you guys have not shared with them your decision making. I also feel like some of these people, there has been some type of voyeurism or invasion of privacy. So some of them, if they have a criminal business, military, legal authorities or something like that, if they have business authorities, if they have government authorities, these people could definitely be abusing their authority to try to invade your privacy. So some of them, they know, they could know some of the sacrifices that you've made to get free. I also feel like some of these people, they see that you're not transparent about something, and they feel they feel betrayed in a way because of that. They see that you're not telling them how you got free. And it's because nobody helped you. Okay, nobody deserves to, honestly. Okay, you don't owe anybody an explanation for how, you don't owe anybody, these people, they see you and they see stars, friend. You are literally a star. You're $1,000,000. Okay, slap $1,000,000 on each ass cheek because you are financially free. That's what a lot of people are seeing and saying. But they see that this victory has come with a lot of sacrifices, and they see that you are not sharing with them all that. It's none of their business, honestly, and it's making them very defensive because they can feel that it's an ethical violation. Some of you, for others, it is, you have immunity, and so you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, some of y'all, you can do whatever you want to do, and because it's on behalf of righteousness for oneself and society, because there has been a violation or some type of subversive activity with you. There could, like I said, these people could be abusing their business and military and criminal authorities in a way, and so some of these people will never understand this depth of, they will never have the depth of perspective to understand how you have been violated through voyeurism or something else that could be subversive. If you know, friend, like I said, very few people will understand how you've been undermined, and so they see that you've gotten a victory and they'll say it's unethical. But I'm hearing that you really matched energy. I'm hearing that people were shocked by the odds that you overcame in a situation to get free. Okay, and I'm hearing that a lot of odds were actually stacked against you, and so now people are mad and saying like, oh, you're just focused on your career, or you're just not, you don't care about anybody anymore, you're just ice cold, this and that, you're only focused about your image, or you're only focused about your consumerism, or you're only focused about superficial things. Now they're saying that you've changed a lot. Some of these people are saying that you've changed, your personality changed, that the money did change you, friend. And I think that what changed you is helping. I don't know, what changed you was realizing that no matter how much money you have, whether you could be the richest person in the world, or whether you had nothing, there was people that still were going to hate you. Okay, there were people who still tried to undermine you when you had nothing. So a lot of these people, some of them don't know the backstory, or some of them, they literally will say that you've changed since getting money, or they don't know everything that you've had to go through. And so they don't know how you've had to negotiate, what serves your cause versus what doesn't serve your cause, and whether that is a violation to you. And affirm, only you have to feel good about your choices. Only I have to feel good about my choices, right? God, what they're seeing is benevolence, compassion, and recognizing the eternal force within yourself. Okay? Recognizing that no matter how tough it gets, that you can keep going. Okay? You can keep going. You can survive. You can thrive. Okay? But there were a lot of sacrifices, friend. Okay? We have God, seeker, advocate, and eternal child. Okay, I think that ultimately people see that this is benevolent. Okay, so if anybody could be trying to say that you traded ethical principles, or you did something wrong in a way, they're wrong. Okay, they don't know that this was that this was benevolence. Okay, and I think a lot of these people are being compassionate with you. Okay, so Pile 2, what's the current gossip on you? The seeker and the shadow aspect, inability to commit to a path once found. I think that some of you guys people are saying that you're trying to leave. Okay, like I said in the beginning in the channeling, some of you guys have reached this peak performance or this optimal level of achievement, and it was I think that your motivation was very benevolent, and I think that it was compassionate and inspired you. Your compassion inspired you to put a lot of action behind it. But I think that by this point, friend, you realize that you've had to maintain the eternal force, and that there was nobody around you that was ethical. And so do not feel bad because you're immune, and a lot of you guys will be or already have been pardoned by your government. You are immune. So whatever you feel that is necessary to serve your cause, you can do that. Okay, But I think that by the time you have reached this point, you faced so much cruelty and despotism and people trying to control you and others with a falsehood, with a desperate storyline. There has been, by this time, you are definitely crone energy, because by this time you've seen so many other people who actually reflect back to you your same, they're actually your mirror, your shadow self. While you are this passionate advocate that is inspired to do something to help others, there are people who have embraced your cause for their personal gain or for a negative reason. And these people have been despotic, cruel, subversive to you, abusing their authorities to you. And some of these people do not understand this because they don't understand anything. They're not that smart. Okay, friend? So, like I said, only few people can understand the kind of violation that you have faced. Okay? So in the outward facing view, it could look like you're in it for your personal gain. It could look negative to some people, okay? I'm also getting that some gossip around you could be that you keep trying to move on or you keep trying to leave. Like I said, some of you, by the time you reach this, it's like you maybe have been committed to a path and you've been very benevolent and compassionate and inspired to take certain actions along this path. But I think that after facing so much cruelty and despotism, it's really hard to stay determined, is what I feel like, okay? I think that you do serve your spiritual purpose. What people see is that this is benevolent. What you're doing is benevolent, and you must trust that your work will find those who appreciate it. But you have, in making this work, and you've made so many sacrifices and been fraught with so many different challenges. Some of these people don't even know half of what's going on, and they just get mad at you because you just look like you're getting victory, right? And so they don't see that there's been so many negative people. There's been so many people trying to control you, so many people being cruel to you. Okay, while you're just doing something benevolent, you're actually getting met with cruelty. Okay? So, you don't have to have your decisions approved by anyone. Only you need to feel good about your decisions in this situation. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but people could say that it could involve trading your ethics, but a lot of it is pardoned. Okay, it is a pardon. You are immune. Okay, you're resistant to punishment in a situation. You're not going to be held liable for any. You're not held liable for anything. You will not face any criminal penalty or financial penalty for anything that you've done. And so people are really pissed off about that. They know that you're pardoned. They know that you're immune. Okay. And you just see them as like viruses. I think they look like viruses, and it's like, especially because you have this big position. You're granted. This universe already gave it to you. It was your gift from the universe, your inheritance. You're literally you take up a big role in society and in the community as an advocate. But I think that some of you guys, it's hard to stay determined around it because of the cruelty and despotism. And people could be saying that you're trying to move on a lot. And it's because you really just don't want to do it anymore. Okay, some of you guys don't want to do it anymore, or you see so many people embracing the cause for a negative reason. And some of you, this gossip is that you're in it for your personal gain or something like that, okay? And they're saying that you really have commitment issues, or you're really trying to move on to a different path or something like that. They're saying that this is a relationship or something like that. They're saying that you're trying to move on from a relationship or something like that. And it's because you have, it's because you have commitment issues or something like that. I don't know. They definitely see you as an empire. Okay, so I don't know if it's anything that you can move on from, but I think that this could be, you know what I mean? Your empire. You can't leave what you've created your empire around. It's like a lot of you guys are literally financially free, rich, and so you have, like I said, people don't know how to get rich like this, friend. People don't know what it means to be rich. Like even poor people, there are poor people who are gossiping here, and they just really don't know how to get rich. Like, friend, something where your empire and you've gotten rich or something like that, or your inheritance is secured, And these people just keep making all kind of weird, crazy assumptions. And they really don't know that your shadow is really balanced around these activities that serve your empire and advocacy work. So you don't have to explain, or even don't debate with nobody about why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Your approach to your life, how you style yourself, how you present yourself, what activities you take up, whatever, you don't have to explain or defend. Okay? Because this is a special circumstance for a lot of you, and a lot of it also helps you stay youthful in your body, mind, and spirit. Okay? Some of these people could be trying to they have a problem with your age or something like that. I don't want to say it's a problem with your age, or they have some of you, they could see that you're very young to be rich like this. Okay, some of you, that's a big problem. If they see you as an executive, or they see you as with this big responsibility, and you're very young. Okay, some of you, they see, if you're older, some of them, they could see you playing around or doing something jubilant, and they are saying that this was a determination to stay youthful in your body, mind, and spirit. And it's like something when they caught you playing or dancing or something like that, and they will try to make it seem like you're not being responsible or something like that. But it's really, it's really you just being determined to stay lit. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm hearing. So let's get more friends. What is the current gossip on you? How did I know that was about to come out? We have slander and libel. Archangel Raguel. Some of them people are saying that you got rich off of slander and libel. Okay, I don't think it was because of the slander. I mean, like, I think what they did after the slander and libel is what made you rich, friend. It's like they did too much. Some of these people, they slandered you and then created a health and safety risk. So there's like so much damage here. Some of them, there's so much damage from whatever health and safety risk they created with this slander and libel. I'm hearing that there's so much liability in a situation. Okay, I'm also getting that some of you guys, this is your sugar daddy that didn't know that you were rich. Okay. Yeah, oh my God. Not y'all going in the situation undercover. Like, friend, some of these people did not know you were rich. And they just saw you as this person that was looking like a lost child. Or like they saw you as this lost spirit or something like that. They saw you as they thought you were lazy, undedicated, unfocused. They thought you was like this wanderer person that didn't have anything and didn't have anybody. But some of y'all bust out and was rich. And so this person was very shocked to find you to be rich and this high value person after making so many assumptions and slandering your name somewhere. Like something where somebody, the sugar daddies, actually, wherever you met them, I think this could be where they slandered your name in a place or something like that. Okay, they were saying that you were you had commitment issues. I think what happened with this sugar daddy is that you didn't want to commit to them or something like that. Something happened, you didn't want to commit to them. And they slandered you real bad, friend. Something where they slandered you real bad. They said that you were negative, and that you were a personal gain, that you were not growing up and being responsible, that you just wanted physical security. Some of you guys, you got what you wanted out of the situation, but ultimately what they found out, that it was something benevolent and compassionate about freedom. Okay, about liberty. LOL, friend. So some of these people, they were slandering you before they experienced the benevolence of something that you were doing. Okay, LOL, friends. That's wild. This sugar daddy is wild. I'm hearing that this person could have been way older than you, and when they saw that you were so rich and so young or successful or something like that, they were very triggered, okay? They were very triggered because they were an old loser, or they were just somebody that you were using for physical security, or using as an ends to a means. Something with, like, I don't know, y'all, like I said, this is a special circumstance or something like that. And this person was maybe like, this has been a theme in a couple of readings over the last couple of months, is that like this person actually, some of you guys have been posing as a starving artist, okay? Some of you guys are undercover, or you keep parts of your identity anonymous, and you know, while navigating certain environments. I think that a lot of what you do is for health and safety, because if people knew that you were this benevolent, compassionate, eternal force, some of you guys, if this isn't about you being super rich, like not even super rich, but just like you can just have a, you know, people are really jealous of the pot that you piss in and the window that you throw it out of, friend, okay? So they see that a lot of this, you know, I think that you do a lot of this for safety and health reasons, but something where they may have gotten, this could have happened, this slander and libel could have happened before they knew an identity of you. But if it happened after, they were really trying to make it seem like you were not this benevolent, eternal force, that you were really just this person in it for a personal gain. Some of you guys, if this happened before this person knew your true identity, they definitely were just doing something cruel, okay? Slandering you. They could have been body typing you. They were really, really negative. This sugar daddy, they were really, really negative. Some of them, they could have, these people are talking about your hair and 2 pigtails, but I'm also getting that, like, this, I don't think that you were, this person was mistreating. I think that this was a big conflict. This, you know what, I'm so, I don't know, is lackadaisical the word? I don't know, I'm so like apathetic towards the energy, because this person was a conflict and they were like a gossip. I'm hearing that this could have been a sugar daddy, like clearly like romantic-y, that was, you know, they got involved in a conflict and gossip, and it was strange because some of them were way older than you, and that made them look like really immature, as well. Especially, I think that could be their big problem too, especially if y'all are, there's a big age difference in this with the sugar daddy. But for others, this person, I mean, they were just cruel or something like that. They just did something. They were trying to start a conflict at work for you, with the slander and libel. And this situation, I'm hearing that they were literally just lying, okay? This person did a lot. You know, they were just lying, okay? And I think people are starting to become aware of that. Whatever happened at this workplace where they were lying, this boss or this sugar daddy, or this, wherever you met this person, this network, wherever you met them, they see that this person was lying, that you were doing something for God's will. Okay, they were like, what? Like, that person was just immature. They actually made themselves look really, really immature. Especially if they were older than you. They were like, that person was older than you and was still like, they were like they're basically saying that person was trying to hurt a child. And it's because you were a magical child, and you were a rich child that was magical or something like that. And, you know, you were very benevolent, and they just wanted to harm you because you were a nice child at work or something like that, friend. That was bad. It was so bad when the truth came out. These people were like, that person that brought justice and harmony, because some of these people were literally lying and causing chaos at work about you. I'm hearing men are wild, okay? These are some big losers. Okay, and then when they found out, it made them even more enraged when they found out that you were benevolent, friend. A lot of these people are still trying to juggle their perspective about you after realizing that this was a slander, friend. Some of y'all are getting paid from this situation. You're getting big bucks, especially it just got out of control. It may have started with slander and libel, but some of them could have started harassing you. They could have started using intimidation. Some of them did start racketeering with Pink Pole Studio and Acuity Brands. Like, some of this is a RICO, okay, a racketeering, okay, a negative cause for a personal gain, okay. People are gossiping about this. People are saying that you need to stay committed to this case or something like that. Okay, stay committed to the case. You got to continue your education. Okay, but they already said that you won, friend. Okay, so it's like something where you're the defense. Okay, you on guard. You deboing bitches. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, this sugar daddy, they're really obsessed with you. If they went and gossiped about you or they did something wild at work, this person actually is obsessed with you. Okay, it's like something that they did to go work on something with someone else. I'm hearing that this could have been a third party at work or something like that, and it's like they went to go work with somebody. It's like a third party at work was starting to slander you because they were trying to be romantically involved with this person, and the reason why this person fled away from the relationship is because they started slandering you and gossiping with a third party. This could have been a romantic third party, but some of you guys, this was a non-romantic third party that slandered you and made this person flee the relationship. Okay, and that person was literally lying. It's because they wanted to stop that person from being your sugar daddy. Okay, it was a total lie, and it led to this person like ruining the relationship or something like that. Okay, people could be saying that you're the one fleeing the relationship, that you don't want to work with them no more after like something like that. Some of these people are asking for D, and I'm hearing that you just keep jumping up and leaving. Okay. Y'all, if y'all at the strip club, they keep asking you, to give you the D. Just don't do it, friend. You know it's gonna be bad. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords reverse. Okay. I think that, this is nice. I think that this is a good outcome. With the Page of Swords reverse, we have the Queen of Swords reverse, the Five of Swords reverse. I think the Hierophant in the reverse. I think that these are people who may have partaken in the slander and libel, okay? They did not know that this was a conflict, that this was a lie. Some of them, they really believed this falsehood, okay? But they, I think that this also was, them falling into a gossip, it drew on a shadow attachment that they had that made them flee away from the relationship. And I think that this just means that, like, some of you guys, this is an unconventional relationship, especially if this is a sugar daddy, somebody that's way older. They definitely fled away from the relationship because they panicked about age difference or some other convention. Okay? Some of you, that you guys were having conflict, personal issues in your romantic relationship probably as well. But I think that you guys have been able to resolve this conflict, but I think that they are still juggling their perspective about some type of lie that they heard about you at work. But I think that, I think that so much has happened. Like I was getting at the beginning of the past, some of you guys with the Queen of Swords, they just see you as very cold and bitter, not at all interested in any of them. And so, I think that there was so much sacrifice in dismantling this slander about you, that it created so much hardship in this network, in this group, at work, when you were truly benevolent, and you were met with a lot of cruelty because of slander. Okay, and that's how much damage this has caused. So it's damage. You've lost relationships. Okay, you've lost relationships. You've lost financial opportunity. You may have lost residential, commercial properties. Contracts and business partners may have broken down because of slander and libel. When the truth comes out about all this, and the motivation for the slander and the libel, the shadow aspects, when the truth came out, or as it's coming out, things are going to get very weird, friends, and people are going to become very embittered by the truth, and it's because they actually do have a shadow attachment to you as well. Okay, it's actually their shadow attachment as well. Okay, and so some of these people, you do work with them to resolve a conflict, but for others, there's so much mistrust after this falsehood was actually believed. I don't know, something where it was a falsehood that was believed, friend. It was an extremely wild story about you. Okay, about your house. Okay, something like that. Okay, it was very wild. And they did this as an extreme to try to get you, because you were divine feminine in a network or something like that, and they went to an extreme to try to get you out of the network. Okay, they tried to get you removed, okay, from work, or they really tried to stop you from making money, and they said an extreme. I'm hearing that this was extreme, and it sent you through a big hardship. There's a lot of damage, and so they gonna pay up though. Okay, they gonna pay up, friend. That's what I'm seeing, pile 2 right now. To be continued. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Group 3, welcome to your selection. So you chose the watermelon slice. So somebody, they could have been seeing you eat a watermelon. Somebody here is jealous of your fruit, or your food. Okay, they're really jealous of your food. That sounds real scarce, friend. Okay. You got no food, friend? Okay. Group 3. What is the current gossip on you? Let's pull your significators, okay? Group 3. What is the current gossip on you? So, we have the dilettante, LOL. We have the martyrer. We have the visionary. It's crazy because some of the same cards are coming out, okay? And then we have the warrior, okay? That also came out in pile 1 too, okay? There's gossip about you becoming a mother, or you being a mother, okay? This gossip could involve your mom. But they're seeing that you love your mom or something like that, y'all. So they're saying that you love your mom, and your mom are delighted with one another. So people are envious of something that you were doing for your mom. Maybe there was something that you were doing, to help your mom. Maybe you gave your mom some food or fruit or something like that. Anyway, the current gossip on you, people definitely see that you are not superficial in your pursuits about something. These people, they see your vision, but it's crazy because some of these could be reflecting some shadow aspects from pile 1. Let's get some channel messages so I can get more context about this gossip a little bit more. Let's see what's going on with you, friend. They see that you really curse somebody out. Something happened where you cuss somebody out real bad, okay? I'm hearing you drag somebody for being superficial, okay? This person was superficial in their pursuits, or there was somebody that was superficial in their pursuits. I don't know what happened, but this person, I'm hearing that they were, the gossip on you, people could be saying that, like, all these superficial people keep attacking you have to go to war with all these superficial people. And some of them, they could be saying that you are just, I don't know, somebody's saying that you're, you could be like trying to elicit pity, because there's so many people who keep trading their ethical principles to get victory by trying to like steal your vision, by doing something superficial. These people, they are the ones that pretend to have a deep knowledge around something, and so that's how they can capitalize or profit off of you. Because some of you guys, you are the person who is delighting in something, and you are not. They might be saying that it's self-pity, but a lot of you guys are really just alerting people of the danger of their superficial pursuits. Some of these people, their superficial pursuits is landing them in prison, okay? Some of these people, their superficial pursuits to steal from you or steal your vision or something like that, they have done anything to try to win, okay? They will do anything to try to win. They will commit crimes. They will fuss and fight. They will do anything. And they don't have any ethics. So I think that a lot of people are saying that you're not like, you're not, like, don't let yourself be a victim to all these superficial people that will do anything for money, that will do anything to win, that will do anything to look like they're having, to look professional. Like I said, some of them are trying to look professional, or they're trying to look like they have a deeper knowledge about something when they really just don't, okay? Some of these people might get a lot of attention, but they have traded their ethics to do this, okay? And it's clear that they don't have a skill, or it's clear that they're not delighting. It's clear that they're not a professional. But some of these people are like I said, they could be just selling their insights to people, the highest bidder. I'm hearing these are people who are just in it for Monday. Somebody does something for $10 or something. They do something for really cheap, okay? And so they draw in a lot of cheap people, is what I'm hearing. A lot of low value people, a lot of, like, something where they might have a really low ticket price, is what I'm hearing. And they may pretend to have a deep knowledge, but this is really just pretension, something that they do. Or it could literally be a high ticket price, but they're literally just like pretending to have a deep knowledge, and it's really just them trying to sell, trying to do anything they can to sell themselves to people, okay? To get followers, to get money. They would literally have been doing anything. They don't have ethics at all, okay? Some people could be gossiping about this. They see that you're the one that's actually delighting, but some of them could be saying that you were trying to elicit pity for these people who were doing anything. And I think that it was absurd. I think that something that happened was absurd, or like a violation. Some of this was committing crimes, okay? So how's it an addiction to self-pity when it's literally a violation? Like, that's not something that should be happening to you. Okay, like, what? I'm confused. But anyway, let's see what the let's get some channel messages. Okay. Group 3, what's the current gossip on you? Right, psychic and intuitive in this bitch. That's, you know. That's why, friend. What? Divine feminine, what's the gossip on you? That's the gossip, friend. Rewards and recognition. Yeah, you're not pitiful. I think that you could sometimes have creative and intuitive blocks, and they can make things feel, you know, challenging, or, you know, you might not feel like you have everything that you need either, or something like that. But you are divine feminine, and you are soft, still, and compassionate, okay? And so you don't have to do all these different things that they're doing to get money. These people, it's like something that it's like you're getting rewards and recognition without having to trade your ethics. And people are starting to be intuitive about these, you know, these unethical people, okay? I think I keep hearing something about you saying that you don't want to continue, okay? Something where you're saying that you don't want to continue, and people are saying that that's self-pity or something like that. But I think that a lot of these people have been really indifferent to your suffering, and I think that it's done. Okay, I think it's done. I think that I don't know if this was this pal or another pal, but it feels like you don't want this anymore, okay, or something like that. You don't want something anymore, or you don't care about the rewards and the recognition. And so these people who really, like, they're saying that, like, I don't know, they could be saying that these people who were doing anything to get rewards and recognition, they're really people who are not professional. They're really people who are pretentious, who pretend to have a deep knowledge, but they actually are not. They manipulate the students or abuse the students, or they don't know what they're talking about themselves. Some of these people literally do not know what they're fucking talking about. It's like they don't know what they're doing. They look crazy, and people are literally buying into that, and it's because they have a really low ticket price, or that these people just don't know no better. I think that, like, some of you guys, you saw that this was getting out of control. And I don't think that you run out of creativity, but I think that some of you could be having a creative and intuitive block right now. But I think that ultimately you just don't, you you're deciding to pass on something instead of fulfilling a vision. I'm hearing that something where this could be the gossip. People could be saying that you're giving up or something like that, but I think that you truly just don't want it anymore. Some of you guys truly don't want the relationship. No, even though you're divine feminine, you don't want the relationship anymore. Something where you don't want the artwork anymore. You don't care about it anymore. You don't care about the relationship with it anymore. You don't care about the relationships with these people anymore. You don't care about fulfilling the vision anymore or something like that. Some of you guys just want to, I'm hearing that they're saying that it's for sale or something like that. They're saying that something that you're doing is for sale. Some of them, they can say that it is, this is, I think that where you are okay is that you are alerted of your danger of being superficial in this pursuit. You selling, I'm hearing something where you're selling a business, or you're selling off parts of your business, or you don't want it anymore. I'm hearing something where you might be giving up a role, or you're waiting for your inheritance, or you're waiting for some type of settlement, you're waiting for some type of financial reward, and then you will be leaving something. Is what I'm hearing. Something where they're saying that you are just getting, you're just trying to get the victory, and when you get your victory, that's, let's say they're saying that that's you selling, compromising your vision. They're saying that that's you not fulfilling your vision, that you don't care about the vision anymore. Some of them are saying that you're just being pitiful or something like that. But I think that what happens is that you actually became very aware that this was something that you just did not value anymore. It's not that it is pity or that it is you selling out and becoming superficial. I just think that you are very psychic and intuitive. I don't know. I think that you just don't care about it anymore or something like that. And you are divine feminine. I think that you are, it's not that you're not divine feminine. And you may have even gotten a lot of rewards and recognition around a big vision that you brought to life. But some of you guys, like, it's kind of like that story of how, like, I don't know, that story of Nasty Gal. She eventually sold it. It was a beautiful eBay business that she started that took off and became this booming fashion brand, but she ultimately didn't want it anymore and she sold it, right? So some people could say that that was, I don't know, some people, for example, I don't know if this is what they're saying about her, but some people could be saying that, like, for example, that's you selling, for more money, selling for a higher business. Okay, I forget where we left off. I don't know. I think that, like, while you have gotten a lot of rewards and recognition around something, some of you guys just don't care. You just want your victory and want to move on with your life, is what I'm hearing, some of you guys. But I think, I don't know, something happened with your ass as well. I think that when people, I think that you might have gotten a lot of rewards and recognition around this big, beautiful vision and this artistic delight. But I think that when you realize that there was a problem with your body type, I think that it's immediately lost value to you, okay? It's not something that you value if you can't have, like, a harmonious relationship with someone because of your body type. You know what I'm saying? Like, something where you couldn't coexist or you couldn't have fulfilling relationships because it was always a problem about your body, and you're just like, this doesn't mean anything to me anymore, okay? It's like you're always the one that has to get martyred because of your body type. Like, you're the one, because you have the beauty and you have the body and you have all this rewards and recognition for your artistic delight and your education, that you're just supposed to constantly be taking L's for people who are less fortunate. Like, that's weird. So that you can go, like, pretend with your ex, or so that you can, like, I don't know, like, share with other people. Like, no, I think that you're just ultimately done here, okay? So some of you guys are saying that you're just trying to get your victory, or you're just trying to get your money, or you're just trying to sell, okay? You're trying to sell. Some of you guys are saying that you got, instead of, like, it's like something where they're saying that you didn't choose your true love, that you chose somebody who had more money, okay? But it was after some of them martyred you, or they made you take a lot of sacrifices. They were like, oh, that was your true love. And it's like, no, I'm not going to sacrifice for true love. I'm not going to sacrifice for anything. Something happened where somebody, like, it's like something where they saying, I knew this was going to come out. Like, they're saying that some of you sold your business to a higher bidder, or you sold your business to somebody with more money, okay, or something like that. I'm hearing you went off and got more rewards and recognition after your lover. I'm hearing a lover that you may have been delighting in the arts with this person. They were not, it's like something where they made you sacrifice a lot. They let you go without a bed. Some of them, they let you go without a bed. They let you go without things that you needed. And when you got the opportunity, they said that you sold it, okay? And you didn't care about fulfilling the vision with them anymore because they were expecting you to martyr so much. It's like something where they kept expecting you to sacrifice so much. But I think that a problem, I think that some of you guys have been trying to work through this blockage of resentment that you've had with this person, because some of them, they're literally saying that you don't care. They're saying that you're acting like you don't care, or you're acting like you don't want it anymore, or something like that, and that's you being pitiful or something. But I feel like some of them, you were like a child, and they just watched you struggle for a long time. And I think that meant that, like, it didn't matter if you were like something where, I don't know what happened. It just feels like they watched you suffer a lot, or something cruel could have happened to you. Some of these people, they were bothered by you. They were offended by your deep knowledge of something, because they were older than you, or they were richer than you, and they were just people who were pretentious. They were pretending like they had a deep knowledge, and they were offended by your enlightenment because you were younger than them, or you were a child. Some of them, you guys did not have a romantic relationship until you grew into your mature form or your mature body. But some of you guys, when you met this rich gentleman, you were just a child and you were not in your true form or something like that. And some of them, when you grew into your full body, or your curves became more accentuated to this person, they had a problem with your body type. Okay, they didn't want their network to know that your body type was the one that they were obsessed with, or that they preferred, or that your body type was the true representation of this art or something like that. Okay, some of them, they've been, they're a good person. I just think that you guys haven't, they see that you've been a child and that you've had a lot of struggle, but they have just been waiting for you to mature and to come out of, this childlike, the grief of a child, and handling it more as with the grace of a woman. But I think that by the time you have gotten to this point, I think that you don't want any of them. I think that by the time you have matured and they see your true form and everything that you've become, and you are literally divine feminine, getting all this rewards and recognition, you're no longer a child. A lot of you, they met you when you were a child, but I think that you don't want it anymore with them. It's like there's like something where now that you're not a child, you have a richer gent or something like that. You have a richer option, and people could be saying that now that you're not a child, you're not anchored to this person anymore. That you are exploring options for a higher bid. You're exploring a better option because you feel like you were just a child, and you were the one that had to sacrifice so much, or you were the one that had to be martyred, for this fertility and creativity to happen. And they see that this was like this booming explosion of creativity or something like that. But it was like, they say that you don't care about it anymore. Okay, that you're about to leave it all, or that something where you might choose to remain anonymous. And they'll say that that's you being pitiful, but I think that that's you just deciding to sell it and move on, is what I'm hearing. Especially this rich gent that's been in your life since you were a child. Some of them have not really supported you in a real way. And you were not receptive to them anymore. Okay, is what I'm hearing. Something where you were not receptive to them because you found out that they were pretentious. It wasn't the fact that you were going to sell yourself to a higher bidder. I think that it really was the fact that they were offended by your enlightenment and let you go without for a long time, and you were martyred. And now that you're getting rewards and recognition, now that you're not a child, this person, they see that you were not this grief-stricken child that was pitiful. that you had this big vision. But some of them could be saying that, you know, in order to make this vision come to life, that you just sold it and that you just got a victory somewhere else after some other thing was not cooperating. I'm hearing that whoever you were with when you were a child, it's like something where you did not, it was you were struggling with this person because they had an addiction, or you were struggling with this person because they were not, you know, you just didn't value it anymore. I don't know, something happened where you matured, or you got a different perspective about the relationship. Maybe you got another offer from another rich gentleman or something like that, and that helped you change your perspective about this other person that I think that you were delighting in the arts with this person, but I think that they, after you grew cold towards them after they made you sacrifice a lot, or they had an addiction to an ex, or some other kind of codependency that they couldn't evolve, okay? And I think that a part of the struggle was really because your body had changed since you were a child. And so they just kept trying to make you sacrifice, or kept trying to make so many excuses as to why it was okay to martyr you. And a lot of you guys just grew really despondent or cold towards the cause, is what I'm hearing, the vision. You didn't want it anymore, or something like that, okay? It's not that you didn't love it. I think that you did delight in it. I just think that the relationships or the partners, you were not interested in them anymore, okay? Some of these people, this person is talking about, you know, these people could be talking about a rich gentleman that you've been with since you were a child. And they say, you know, that this person, you know, they do love you, but they have been blocked around something. And that is just, that makes you not want to continue, or something like that, okay? So what's the current gossip on you, group 3? Okay, yeah, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I think the gossip is that you're leaving it behind. Okay, something that you did that was a big creative explosion. I'm hearing something big that happened that was a big, like you were highly receptive to something, and it led to a deep creativity. Something happened. But they're saying that this rich gentleman that you were with since you were a child, and that you guys had all this creativity with, they're saying that you left them behind and you sold it to someone else, okay? You sold the business, or you gave the rewards to someone else. That's what I'm hearing. You gave the reward to someone else, because some of them were trying to replace you. The tables turned and they got replaced. I'm hearing a rich gentleman that you were with since you were a child, you are now anchoring to a belief that that is not a relationship that you want to continue, and so you are moving on to something else, okay? I'm hearing you sold it, okay? That's what people are saying. Because somebody was addicted to self-pity, or someone was addicted to like something that they were doing out of a poor self-esteem. You know, they could have been very rich, but you know, they couldn't handle, their self-image couldn't sustain, you know, the way your body changed from when you were a child, is what I'm hearing, okay? And so you just sold it, okay? Is what I'm hearing. You just sold it. You don't have faith in that anymore, is what I'm hearing, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, the Star in the reverse, yeah, the 6 of Wands. You're the one that's successful. This rich gent got left behind, and that goes to show you that there's no amount of riches that could help you evolve if you have addiction. They're saying that this rich gentleman that was in your life, you guys had this vision of creativity, and they say that it was a big foundation that you decided to leave behind, okay? And that was a big, they say that you're successful and you're still getting your rewards and recognition, but that was somebody or something that you lost faith in, okay? Oh, okay. That's kind of sad, friend. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Yeah, this person, when they hear this, they're going to be really... Yeah, they're going to be really heartbroken, because they see that you just felt like their addiction got out of control with the Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, this person, they kept making some different excuses from changes that were made from when you were a child. And they said that, you know, even though this person has your heart from when you were a child, that, you know, they fell behind in life, or they were not able to sustain their confidence through your rewards and recognition and your body changing, okay? And they see that you're heartbroken about that, but you're very, you know, you're successful. They're the ones that's not successful, friend, okay? Some of them, they see that you became a CEO instead. You chose your career instead of doing something artistic with them or something like that. Okay. People are saying you're still a 10 out of 10. I think that they see that was a 10 out of 10 move. They see LOL. But this is not like, it's heartbreaking because this person was angry and out of control. This rich gentleman that you were with since you were a child, and they may have even helped you get a lot of rewards and recognition, but they were not, they were not good, friend. I'm hearing that this is over. Some type of addiction that they had, some type of addiction that they had made, like you put them in a coffin because their addiction was harming you. It's like they couldn't fulfill themselves either. Something where they couldn't fulfill. And they just keep coming around to get together. I'm hearing they just keep coming around to watch you on a social media account. They keep coming around, like, I don't know, something where they're the ones looking pitiful now or something like that. Like something where they look pitiful now. They're the ones getting left behind. Like something, I don't know, this rich gentleman could have even had like financial codependency issues with you as well. They really wanted to control your money, but when you guys learned to get your own money, your own rewards and recognition, they couldn't control your career anymore from when you were a child. For others, this person, they had an organ inferiority complex, and when your body changed, they just felt so not good enough for you. And people could be saying that I'm hearing that this person could be a CEO as well, okay? That you were with from when you were a child, and this person was a big part of your creativity or something like that, and they see that that's over now, that you have your rewards and recognition, because you felt like that it's like something where you felt like they got out of control because they were ultimately pretentious. I think that what it was really about was like, I think that they were with you when you were a child, when they thought they could control you. They thought they could control your artistic expression. They thought they could control your freedom. Some of them, they wanted control over your career. Some of them, when you went and you went and had other sexual encounters, they really felt not good enough in bed. Okay. I also feel like this person was really they didn't want you to have your own money to address your own personal freedom. So I don't think that this was something that you valued. If someone wanted to control you, or someone didn't want you to address your personal freedoms, that's an unfreedom. That's not true love, right? And so some of them, they saying that, like, they're saying that they could be saying that was your true love, and you're like, that wasn't my true love. That was just somebody that I was codependent on from when I was a child. And they couldn't help me they couldn't stand me being successful. They couldn't help, they didn't want me to be happy. They didn't want me to be, rewarded and recognized. They wanted to be, they wanted to control everything, right? Some of them, they had an addiction, and they kept fleeing to their ex, or they kept going back to their ex, or they kept doing something else that would flee the relationship, and you felt like that was betrayal or something like that. And I think that a lot of that was like, it was betrayal, and it was you feeling, that was them sacrificing you a lot, right? In this creative explosion, right? They would betray the relationship, and so that you would go express creatively. I think that it would, they did a lot of this to hurt you on purpose, okay? So that you could go express, because some of you guys, you just were with them when you were a child and didn't know how to express and didn't know how to communicate. And so some of them, they just grew in this patterning of trying to control you, trying to trigger you, trying to, throwing tantrums to get a reaction out of you. And, you just felt like they just kept getting out of control. And so some of them couldn't handle your fluid relationship, or you having other partners as well. And so they also threw tantrums about that, and kept making excuses for you working, or kept making excuses for you going to explore options when they were exploring options or something like that. I'm also feeling like something else could be happening. These are third parties that are getting left behind as well. But I think that you're the one successful, and everything that was harming you got left behind, friend. There's so much here, but I think that this rich gentleman is this person that you were with when you were a child. So much has changed since you guys got together. And they did not sustain. Okay, they could not have harmony after you got rewards and recognition, after you had other sexual encounters. They could not anchor to a truth about, a truth. They couldn't evolve, and hold a belief. So they couldn't delight in the good things in life like the rest of us. They were just emotionally regulating, or they had some type of addiction with the Knight of Wands through this process. And some of you guys said that, like, you said, like, no, I can't. They're saying that you did not support this person's addiction, even though you guys were together since you were a child. Okay. And they're blaming you. They're saying that you were just trying to get victory, or that you sold out. But you really just could not. That person's addiction was a health and safety risk. They were also making you sacrifice too much. They were narcissistic and they're triangulating because you were a child. They were offended by your enlightenment because you were a child. They were indulging at your expense because they saw that they had the money, or that they were the ones in control. But when you got your own money, they couldn't find any more excuses to indulge. You know what I mean? Like, some men, a lot of men will do that. Like, especially if they date traditional households, will have, like, an older man in it or something like that. And so, the stay-at-home little pretty wife is not informed about all their decisions that they make when they leave home. Like, when they're on their way home from work, they'll stop at the strip club and get a few dances, and they'll all of a sudden have form an addiction to a dancer at a nightclub at your expense, right? Someone who's stealing your affection, money, and time. They have addictions like that. They could have drug addictions where they keep acting out or doing something overwhelming. They keep taking their anger out on you. They keep, neglecting you. And it's just like, it's not you selling out. It's you saying, that's not what I want anymore. Okay? And they see you being successful, but they know that you're leaving something behind. Okay? So, this person who you're leaving behind, they feel like you sold out or something like that, or you went off with more money. But it's not that it wasn't about money, it was about their addiction. Okay? So they couldn't anchor, and they were just a loser. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like something where you're just like, they were just a loser in life. You're like, I don't care how much money you got, if you can't, if you're not receptive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't actually get the deep knowledge, you just pretend to have knowledge and get offended by you being young with a deep knowledge or something like that. You being a child with a deep knowledge. Like, they were just a convention. They were just a loser. They were just a typical storyline of somebody who kept trying to, use their power over you. And when you got your own power, they couldn't control you anymore. They couldn't, there was no more any excuses for their neglect. There's no more excuses for their bad behavior. There's no more excuses. Now that you have your own rewards and recognition, now that you have your own creativity, some of you guys became a CEO, and this got your rewards and recognition around your business and artwork, and that you didn't need their creative, help or something like that. Okay? And it turns out this person was just codependent on you for creativity, and that they really weren't, getting a deep knowledge, that they really weren't, you know what I'm saying, that they really weren't living up to par, that they really didn't have a vision with you, that they didn't really have, you know what I'm saying, something where they weren't, they weren't really creative or something like that. And so this is not you selling. It's not you selling out. It's you moving on. Okay? You outgrowing something, I think, friends. And that's okay as well. Okay? They're saying that person got left behind. Okay? Because the party was canceled. You didn't like them anymore after you found out their addiction or something like that. They had a typical or conventional problem. Okay? They had a typical or conventional problem that made you sacrifice too much. Okay? Unfortunately, some of them, they had third parties that was just losers, and you were like, that's the predictable and stuffy behavior, and I'm just not interested in you. Okay? And they see that you did go off and get a richer gent. I'm hearing some of you guys, you're not a child anymore. Your options opened up a lot more. Okay? Richer gent. I'm hearing something where your next one was a bigger bag, and it just put an ending to whatever kind of coercive control that they tried to have over your creativity and and career, your vision. Okay, thank you so much, group 3. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.